So as we get ever closer to the official launch of FIFA 20, my trial has just enough time for another simulation, and today we're going to have a crack at simulating the 2019-2020 Champions League. That's right, folks, back once again with another simulation video. This time we're going to take a look at Europe, boys and girls, and try and simulate the Champions League, and I'll try and maybe give you an update on the Europa League. So let's get going. Before that, make sure you smash the thumbs up if you're new, smash the subscribe, you bang up to date with all things FIFA 20 related, Black and Romans related, world football related. We've got it all here under one roof, and we got it all in guise of this as well. Starting today will be my FIFA 20 career mode, episode number 1, the making of a champion. It is Sunderland. Can we bring them all the way from League One to the Premier League and beyond? Okay, folks, so here we are with the Champions League set up over in FIFA 20. Now, I thought there was actually going to be a piece of piss to do this, but it's been a pain in the ass. So we're going to try this out. Hopefully this will work. So, gone in there. Not all the teams that are in the actual 2019-2020 Champions League are in the selection process. You can't pick them all. So, I'm going to go over them quickly before we plough through. So, in Group A, we have, I think, is it a perfect one? I think we have a perfect group here. PSG, Real Madrid, Club Brugge, and Galatasaray. That's the same in the real world. Group B is different, though. Spurs, Olympiacos, and Bayern are in there. The only team that isn't in there is Red Star Belgrade. So, I've put in Dinamo Kiev as a kind of like for like. Into Group C, we have a close to perfect group, not really. Man City, Zagreb, Atalanta are in there. Shakhtar Donetsk are not in the game, I don't believe. Couldn't find them. So AEK Athens has gone through. Into Group D, we have, I think, a close to perfect group as well. Lokomotiv Moscow, Juventus, aka Piemonte, Bayer Leverkusen, and Atletico Madrid. So that is a perfect group as well. Into Group E, that is a perfect group with Liverpool, Napoli, Red Bull, Salzburg, or whatever, Salzburg, Genk. Group F is perfect as well. Inter Milan, Slavia Prague, Dortmund, and Barcelona. Group G is close but not perfect. Benfica, Leipzig, Olympic Lyon. No Zenit St. Petersburg, so I've gone for CSK Moscow in there. And Group H, we have Ajax, Lille, Chelsea, and Valencia, which is spot on. I've selected Manchester City just because I expect them to without me controlling anything, go through, because we want to see this progress, hopefully. So fingers crossed, let's hold tight and see what goes on, boys and girls. So here we go, kicking it all off, the UEFA Champions League, boys and girls. 2019-2020, who's going to come out on top? I don't know if this is going to work out well or not, if it's going to be a bag of shit, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. So we're going to simulate all Manchester City's games here, and just plough forward because they will take otherwise. So we're taking on Athens in the first game, and the simulation sees that hopefully Manchester City win. They do quite convincingly as well. So we're going to plough forward the first 3 games and assess the look of the table. So we're going to simulate the next one, which is Dinamo Zagreb. We'll simulate that bad boy, see what happens on that, and we draw away from home, which is not a bad result. Not a bad result. Will Manchester City go all the way? We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. And we're going to simulate the third game, which I guess Atalanta over at the Etihad. And that's a 1-1 draw. That is a bit of a banana skin there. Not great indeed. So let's take a look at what the situation is in the group after 3 matches, and we're going to look at all of them. So Manchester City in the halfway mark are top of the table, level on points with Zagreb, so it's not secure just yet. Over in Group A, Galatasaray lead the way with an unbeaten record, 2 wins and a draw so far. PSG are in second, again unbeaten thus far. Group B, Spurs and Bayern look comfortable at the moment. 6 points out of possible 9. Olympiacos and the guest representatives are in the bottom spot there. In our group, as you can see, Athens and Atalanta third and fourth. Into Group D, Atletico Madrid and Leverkusen lead the way. Juventus are struggling. It is a very fine margin though, so we'll see. They're struggling, Juventus, at the moment. Into Group E, and this is also a surprise, the current champions are struggling with just the 1 point on the board. Genk and Napoli lead the way as it stands. 7 points clear. So Liverpool really need to turn the corner massively if they're going to defend successfully, or at least make it a little bit of a fight Just the 1 point so far. Into Group F, Inter Milan and Slavia Prague leading ahead of Barcelona and Dortmund. How mad is this game? How mad is this simulation right here? At the halfway mark, it is looking good for Slavia Prague ahead of Barcelona. So it's just 1 point though in it. That it could change. I expect it to change as well. Into Group G, the guest representative CSK Moscow representing Zenit are doing bits with 7 points on the board. Leipzig are in second with 5 points on the board. But those two teams have yet to taste defeat. Benfica and Olympic Lyon occupy the bottom two. Ajax and Valencia lead the way over in Group H. Chelsea have got it all to do. Lille look out of their depth. So what we're going to do now is plough forward once again and simulate match day number 4. We need to start. We need a couple more points to make sure that we can go through and see what goes on against Atalanta at their place. So draw. Take that. I'll take that right now. Even though I'm not really fussed. I just want to make sure that we can progress to the end of the thing. I don't think it's going to let me, you know. I don't think it's going to let me. We are in second spot. 3 points clear of AEK. We're going to go to the Greece now. To a win would probably put us into the next round. And we're there. 3-1. Quite comfortably in the end for Manchester City. That should be job done elsewhere. So we are 9 points clear. Five points clear of Atalanta. So we're there. We have one game to play. Let's take a look at what's going on elsewhere. In Group A, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain lead the way. So it's looking good at the moment for the big boys. But there is fine margins between Galatasaray and Paris Saint-Germain to see who goes through in the final game. Next up, Spurs and Bayern. The big boys are leading the way in Group B, so that's looking good as well. Group C, obviously, Manchester City doing bits. Dinamo Zagreb will join them as well. I think they'll be locking horns in the final game, perhaps. Into Group D, Atletico Madrid and Juventus are in better shape these days. Yep, with a little bit of a gap over Leverkusen. However, a win for Leverkusen could see Juventus flip-flop, so we'll have to watch that one. Liverpool, they look to be out at this stand. They need to win their next game. And who is their next game? Napoli versus Liverpool. They need to beat Napoli convincingly and hope Salzburg could do something against Genk. Hopefully Salzburg, because otherwise Liverpool are out. Inter Milan and Barcelona looking good at the moment. Dortmund still have a shot at it as well. The final game is a straight shootout, Barcelona and Dortmund over at the Camp Nou. So it looks like Barcelona will just nick it. Leipzig and the guest representative Zenit, CSK Moscow, looking good at the moment. Lyon, though, could snitch it right at the end. In fact, this group is still alive. And Group H, Ajax and Valencia lead the way. Chelsea are out alongside Lille as well. So we know the representatives there. So let's kick it on forward and simulate the final group stage. And it is against Zagreb. Doesn't really matter, we're through, but I'd like to go in the top of the pop. And we do. 3-0 in the end. Manchester City will go through as group winners. So let's go back and clarify that. So PSG, Real Madrid are in the hat. Bayern against Spurs are in the hat. Manchester City and Zagreb in the hat. Atletico Madrid and Juve are in the hat. Napoli and Genk are through. That's a surprise. Champions are out. Inter Milan go through as well. Barcelona nick it as well. Dortmund crash out. CSK Moscow, aka Zenit, top their group with Benfica in second spot. Ajax take on Ajax and Valencia go through. Chelsea, as I said earlier, are out. We are taking Juve on in the next round, and we are going to simulate it, obviously. So let's get going. So automatically fix for me, please. Let's go. Fingers crossed. And we win. We win at their place. Obviously, it's a two-legged affair, so we got to make sure at least not lose, and then we'll go through the hat into the next round. Let's have a quick look at what else is going on. So Real Madrid currently Napoli in the first leg of their match. Barcelona also 2-0 up against Bayern. Spurs 2-0 up as well in the second half of the draw. Ajax are losing to Genk, who are the surprise package so far. Valencia well comfortably in front against the guest representatives for Zenit, CSK Moscow. And Zagreb doing bits as well against PSG as it stands 1-0 up. And Atletico Madrid 2-0 up against Benfica. So looking good for some of the big boys, but some of them are struggling. Hopefully we can hang on here and get through to the next round. Manchester City 3-1 quite comfortably in the end over Juve with Ronaldo and co. So job done. into the hat for the quarterfinals, is it? It's not the quarterfinals yet. It is the quarterfinals. So let's take a look at the other boys of them. So, Real Madrid go through after 5-3 aggregate win over Napoli. Barcelona also through as well, comfortably 4-0 on aggregate. We did dispose of Juventus. Spurs went through as well, 3-0 on aggregate. Genk did beat Ajax, and they are through to the quarterfinals. Valencia will join them as well. Paris Saint-Germain turned around the corner and beat Zagreb, and Atletico Madrid took on Benfica. So we're taking on Valencia in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I'm going to simulate it once again. Fingers crossed we can get through to at least the semis. 2-1 up after the first leg, so that's the away leg, which is the tricky one. Let's have a look at what else is going on in the quarterfinals. So Genk continue their amazing run right now. 2-1 up against Spurs in the first leg. PSG are losing as well, 2-1 to Atletico Madrid. And Barcelona, Real Madrid, El Clasico in the quarterfinals. Real Madrid are currently 2-0 up in the first leg. So it's all to play for in the second legs of the quarterfinals. Can we hang on? A draw will be enough against Valencia. We're simulating it once again. 1-0, we go through Aguero with the all-important goal. So we are through to the semi-finals. Manchester City are there, where we're going to take it on Atletico. Who did they take on? So Spurs actually turned it around, 5-1 win, and they took out Genk. Atletico Madrid took out PSG. Real Madrid are there, and they will be taking on Spurs in that other semi-final. And we took care of Valencia. So we're up against Atletico Madrid against Spurs. It is an English-Spanish double-header. So let's go ahead and simulate this bad boy, see what goes on. Fingers crossed we can get through to this. 2-1, Manchester City take out Atletico in the first leg, boys and girls, in the first leg. So what's going on in the other semi-final? Will it be an All-England doubleheader for the second year running? Let's have a look. Currently, Real Madrid, they're already through. 3-3, Real Madrid go through. They're in the final. Will it be an Atletico? Will it be a Madrid derby in the final, or will Manchester City upset the odds? We're just a draw away. Here we go. Fingers crossed. We're in. We're in the final, boys and girls. Otamendi with the goal, 90th minute, just to make sure, put us over the edge. So here we go. The simulation is a kind of a simulation. Manchester City against Real Madrid. It is the final. Before we press go, quickly the top goal scorers in the Champions League. Di Maria is top goal scorer with 8 goals in 10 matches. Sterling for Manchester City has got 7. Ali's got 7 as well. Aguero's up there with 6. Vasquez, Dembele, Horovsky for Genk, who was absolutely tremendous run for them. Rodrigo, Kane, and Valero makes up the top 10, boys. So here we go. It is the simulation of the final. Fortunately, we've managed to go all the way. Will it be Real Madrid? Will it be Manchester City? Real Madrid won a bazillion of them. Manchester City, this is their first final. What happens? And it's a 2-0 victory for Real Madrid. They will go all out and win the Champions League once again. Without Ronaldo this time. Bale's in the starting 11, but hey-ho, there you go. So Real Madrid will become champions of Europe, according to my FIFA 20 simulation. And that's probably going to wrap up my simulations for the foreseeable future. Obviously the career mode is just about to go live as well. Make sure you come and check that bad boy out. The making of a champion with Sunderland. Hopefully one day, in fact not hopefully, one day we will be kings of Europe with Sunderland at the helm. So make sure you come join us. We've got to take them from League One all the way to the tippity top. But Real Madrid are the champions here. And that ends my simulation. Until I see you all again, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day, including new FIFA videos every single day from here on in. It's going to be a daily adventure with Sunderland, the making of a champion. Until then, thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.